The cameras stopped rolling. The director yelled, "Cut." But something was missing. A priceless prop. A costume worth thousands. Even entire pieces of furniture. The studio bosses were furious. They searched trailers. They questioned crew members. But the thieves were untouchable. They were the stars themselves. Hollywood's biggest names were stealing from their own sets. Some did it for thrills. Others did it for revenge. And the studios? They stayed silent, because in Golden Age Hollywood, fame could buy you anything, even immunity from the law. Number 10. Vivien Leigh. She was Scarlett O'Hara, the most famous role in cinema history. But Vivien Leigh wanted more than just the glory. She wanted the memories. During the filming of Gone with the Wind in 1939, Leigh began taking items from the Tara plantation set. Small things at first, a handkerchief, a piece of lace. Then she grew bolder. She took an entire green velvet curtain, the same one her character wore as a dress in the film's most iconic scene. David O. Selznick discovered the theft weeks later. He was preparing the costume for a publicity tour. It was gone. Leigh had shipped it to her London home. Selznick couldn't prosecute. She was too valuable. The movie was breaking box office records, so he sent her a bill. She never paid it. Years later, that curtain sold at auction for over $100,000. Leigh had stolen a piece of history, and she got away with it. Number 9. Clark Gable, the King of Hollywood, had a strange hobby. He collected weapons, not from stores, from studio armories. During the filming of Mutiny on the Bounty in 1935, Gable pocketed 3 authentic naval swords. GM noticed immediately. The props department reported the theft to studio head Louis B. Mayer. Mayer visited Gable's Encino Ranch the next week. There, mounted on his wall, were the missing swords. Gable laughed it off. He said they were souvenirs. Mayer didn't press charges. Instead, he sent Gable a memo. It listed every missing prop with its replacement cost. The total was $3,000, a fortune in Depression-era America. Gable responded by stealing a musket from San Francisco the following year. He displayed that one too. The studios learned a painful lesson. Stars were above the rules. Gable's collection grew to over 40 stolen items by the time he died in 1960. Number 8. Marlene Dietrich. She was glamour incarnated. Every costume she wore became legendary, and Marlene Dietrich wanted to keep them all. During Shanghai Express in 1932, she wore a feathered coat designed by Travis Banton. It cost Paramount $8,000 to create. When filming wrapped, Dietrich walked off the lot wearing it. The studio sent security to her dressing room. Too late. She had already hidden the coat in her car. Paramount executives debated legal action. They decided against it. Dietrich was their biggest star in Europe. They couldn't risk the scandal, so they sent her a strongly worded letter. She ignored it. Over the next decade, Dietrich stole costumes from 7 more films, gowns from Desire, jewelry from The Garden of Allah, even shoes from Destry Rides Again. She wore many of them to public events. Photographers captured her in stolen wardrobe. The studios could only watch. Dietrich once told a reporter, "I made these costumes famous. They belong to me." Hollywood had no answer to that logic. Number 7. Errol Flynn. The swashbuckler lived like a pirate on screen and off. Errol Flynn's thefts were legendary. During Captain Blood in 1935, he stole his character's sword. Warner Brothers noticed. They added the cost to his contract penalties. Flynn didn't care. During the adventures of Robin Hood in 1938, he took his entire costume. The green tunic, the feathered cap, the bow and quiver. The wardrobe department was in chaos. They needed those items for publicity stills. Flynn refused to return them. Jack Warner personally confronted the star. Flynn claimed the items were gifts for his hard work. Warner threatened suspension. Flynn threatened to quit. Warner backed down. The movie was too important. Flynn wore the stolen Robin Hood costume to a Hollywood party that same year. Guests were shocked. Studio executives were humiliated. But Flynn kept stealing. Swords from the Seahawk, pistols from They Died with Their Boots On. His home became a museum of stolen props. When he died in 1959, auctioneers found dozens of items marked with Warner Brothers property tags. Number 6. Bette Davis. She fought the studios harder than anyone. And Bette Davis took her revenge in stolen goods. During Jezebel in 1938, she won her second Oscar. She also won several pieces of antique furniture from the film's plantation set. Warner Brothers discovered the theft when they tried to reuse the set for another production. An entire settee was missing. Davis had it in her Laguna Beach home. The studio demanded its return. Davis refused. She claimed Warner Brothers owed her money from contract disputes. She called the furniture compensation. The studio threatened legal action. Davis hired lawyers. The battle lasted months. Finally, Warner Brothers gave up. They couldn't afford the publicity. Davis became bolder. She took jewelry from the Little Foxes, paintings from The Great Lie, even a mirror from Now, Voyager. Each theft was calculated, each item chosen for maximum value. Davis once told a friend, "They steal my talent. I steal their props. We're even." Number 5. Joan Crawford. Her obsession with cleanliness extended to ownership. Joan Crawford wanted everything perfect, including what she took home. During Mildred Pierce in 1945, Crawford won her only Oscar. She also acquired the entire kitchen set from her character's restaurant. Warner Brothers was preparing to dismantle the set anyway. Crawford asked if she could purchase it. They quoted her $2,000. She refused to pay. Instead, she hired movers in the middle of the night. They loaded the entire set onto trucks. Counters, stoves, dishes, everything. By morning, the sound stage was empty. Warner Brothers was furious. But Crawford was their new Oscar winner. They couldn't prosecute. Crawford installed the kitchen in her Brentwood mansion. She used it for entertaining. Guests were served on stolen dishes. She bragged about the theft at dinner parties. The studio could only watch their property become part of Hollywood lore. Number 4. Judy Garland. She was Dorothy, America's sweetheart. But Judy Garland's relationship with MGM was toxic. The studio controlled everything about her life, so she fought back the only way she could. She stole. During The Wizard of Oz in 1939, Garland took one of the ruby slippers. MGM had made several pairs for the production. Garland hid one pair in her dressing room. She planned to keep them as memories of her breakthrough role. But Louis B. Mayer's assistant discovered them during a routine inspection. Mayer confronted the teenage star. She cried. She begged to keep them. Mayer refused. He locked the slippers in a vault. But Garland's stealing didn't stop. She took costumes from Meet Me in St. Louis, accessories from Easter Parade. Each theft was a small rebellion. Each stolen item was proof she existed beyond the studio's control. When she was finally fired from MGM in 1950, security searched her belongings. They found 19 stolen items. The studio chose not to prosecute. They wanted her gone quietly. Number 3. Katharine Hepburn. She played by her own rules, Always, Katharine Hepburn's thefts were bold and unapologetic. During the Philadelphia story in 1940, she co-owned the film rights. That made her powerful. She also made her greedy. She took furniture from the Lord family mansion set, chairs, tables, even curtains. Mygam noticed immediately. They approached her business manager. Hepburn's response was simple. She would return everything if MGM renegotiated her contract. It was blackmail. The studio refused. Hepburn kept the furniture. During Woman of the Year in 1942, she stole office equipment from the newspaper set. Typewriters, desk lamps, filing cabinets. She furnished her entire New York apartment with stolen props. Miem sent increasingly desperate letters. Hepburn ignored them all. Her power in Hollywood was growing. The studios needed her more than she needed them. By the 1950s, Hepburn had stolen items from over a dozen films. She never showed remorse. She once told a reporter, "I earned those things with my talent. The studios earned nothing." Number 2. Frank Sinatra. He was the chairman of the board, and he took whatever he wanted. Frank Sinatra's set thefts were acts of pure entitlement. During From Here to Eternity in 1953, Sinatra won his comeback Oscar. He also took several military uniforms from the wardrobe department. Columbia Pictures discovered the theft during inventory. They approached Sinatra's management. He told them to bill him. They sent an invoice for $1,200. Sinatra never paid. Columbia wrote it off. During The Man with the Golden Arm in 1955, Sinatra took the actual drum set used in the film. United Artists valued it at $5,000. They demanded payment. Sinatra's lawyers claimed it was a gift from the director. Director Otto Preminger denied this. The battle went on for months. Finally, United Artists gave up. Sinatra's thefts continued through the 1960s. Fedoras, suits, even furniture. His Palm Springs compound was filled with stolen props. Studio executives complained privately, but no one dared confront him publicly. Sinatra's power was absolute. Number 1. Elizabeth Taylor, the Queen of Hollywood, was also the Queen of Thieves. Elizabeth Taylor's thefts were legendary in scale and audacity. During Cleopatra in 1963, the most expensive film ever made, Taylor wore costumes worth millions. She also kept dozens of them. Fox executives discovered the thefts during post-production. Entire racks of costumes were missing. Gold headdresses, jeweled gowns, even Cleopatra's throne. All traced back to Taylor's various homes. Fox was already losing $40 million on the production. They couldn't afford another scandal, so they negotiated. Taylor agreed to return some items. She kept the rest. During Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf in 1966, she took furniture worth $10,000. Warner Brothers sent lawyers. Taylor's lawyers sent them back. During Butterfield 8 in 1960, she hated the film. But she loved the wardrobe. She took every costume. Miem pleaded for their return. Taylor refused. She won the Oscar wearing a stolen dress to the ceremony, the ultimate humiliation for the studio. Taylor's homes contained hundreds of stolen items. She displayed them proudly. When asked about the thefts, she simply smiled. "I am Hollywood," she said. "Everything in it belongs to me." They smiled for cameras. They signed autographs. They played America's heroes. But behind the glamour, they were thieves. The studio system created monsters. It gave stars so much power they believed they owned everything. Millions in stolen props. Priceless costumes lost forever. Studios stayed silent because scandal was worse than theft. Hollywood wanted you to forget these stories. They buried the police reports. They paid off the witnesses. But we remembered. Subscribe to Golden Era History for more truths they tried to hide. The Golden Age wasn't golden. It was stolen.